The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The nerds with attitude.
There's.
Oh, jeez, Craig.
Right? Right? Oh my god. Hey, Craig.
Wow.
It's so loud.
Well, anyway.
I'd like to say thank you for everyone for taking that time out of their morning to drag themselves out of bed. I understand that it's getting colder. Might be getting harder to get up.
Something like that.
Of course,
I'm
sleeping at
simply-
3 a.m. doesn't help as well.
I slept later.
I ain't go to bed till 3. Me and Noah stayed up for another hour talking, arguing about stuff. So yeah.
Well, I sleep at 3 a.m. too, but I shift my sleeping schedules around, so I sleep in the afternoon, so I can stay up late in the evening, so I can enjoy the good internet in the evening.
I was on school stuff late at night. Just to
You.
get it. Right?
You still didn't finish it?
I finished it, yeah. I had to compile some audio for animation.
School
was-
stuff.
All right. Welcome to the N.W.A. Just excuse me if I don't sound too excited like I normally do. I legitimately just woke up, people. Just saying.
It's fine. We can rev up to it. You don't have to be like, "Hi, what's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe." You don't have to come in 100 energy from there.
If you're hella confused about that voice that you just heard, that is a female, and yes, we have a guest.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Let me get these introductions out. We got it's 2 of us here. The other 2 be slacking. We got AnimusPrime JR here,
What is up, my fellow Siths?
and it is me, your humble host, or one of your humble hosts, Shin the hero Walt. And our guest, I'm gonna just throw it to her, let her introduce herself, tell her what she's about and all that jazz.
Hello. Super nervous. Okay, let me pull out the ara voice, because gotta earn that money. Okay. Ara. Ohayo. Watashi wa Dastrauna desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. That's me.
I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. That's really cute.
Well, thank you very much. I do strive to bring out that big opai ara onesama to the table.
Nice.
I cannot do the lolly voice for all of my efforts. I can't seem to do it.
Might as well.
Don't worry, I don't have a lolly voice either, so you're not missing anything. And today we just having a normal nerdy discussion. Seeing how she just introduced herself, she's a hella weeb. We're all weebs here.
We have accepted it.
Our main topics today, we will be talking about the anime we grew up with and the good old fan service.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Let's get to it, man.
So what kind of animes y'all grew up with? What anime? Well, let me have a better question. When you started watching anime, did you know it was anime, or did you just think it was just another cartoon?
I thought it was just a special type of cartoon. I knew that it was something different. Like, trying to really remember. My memory is not all that reliable when it comes to remembering like first time for anything. And I think like the only thing that I can remember is like the original Full Metal Alchemist and Cowboy, and yeah, the first go at it, and the original Cowboy Bebop. Like those are the ones that really stuck to me when I was a kid.
Can I just interject right there? My first anime was also the original Full Metal. I didn't want to come out and be like super shonen about, oh, this is, I was a 12-year-old boy. But that was what my dad introduced me to, because he's also a high-key weeb.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's different. So your dad introduced you to anime, basically?
Yeah, my dad introduced me to anime. Full backstory, I was born in Japan. My parents studied in Japan, like PhD. So they have like a special connection with Japan. And
Lucky.
I didn't grow up there, so this is something like that. Then we went back to our home country, and I guess it just continued. The weeb continued on. So even if people were hating on the old Full Metal Alchemist, I'm like, that just holds a special place in my heart, man. Like, step off.
Yeah. But for me, when watching them, I never really fully understood them. Like I was at an age where it looked pretty, but I didn't really get what was going on. I know that there was like a big metal dude and a guy who could like create things from like using
other things.
some kind of from other things. Yeah.
Let me ask
And
y'all
I thought that
this. Let me ask y'all this. Did y'all ever clap y'all hands and put them on the ground and pretending y'all were
Oh no.
Full Metal Alchemist?
Hell no.
So you ain't never clap your hands, drop them down, and imagine.
I did clap my hands. I did clap my hands because I wanted to know the sound that it made, because it doesn't sound like a clap. It sounds like it's a different tempo. So I was kind of copying the sound, but I didn't like drop my hands to the ground and be like pulling out a pretend lance. Nothing like that.
Full disclosure, like that was only my introduction to anime, but I wasn't really quite hooked on it. Like I was very wary about it. I'm like, what is this? Is it? They look different from the regular cartoon, but wow, what is up with this? What is this called? Like I didn't know what it was called at the time.
Did you cry when what was the name of the little girl and the dog when she was like,
I wasn't.
That grabbed my heart.
I only saw like random episodes, so I never saw that until like later in life, and I was like, oh shit, that got heavy.
It hit so hard. I cried. It was only like one episode because you could see that she got turned into it, and it was so heavily implied that I was like, they turned her into a dog. And I mean, Scar didn't have to kill her. I didn't kill her yet, but it was already so sad.
We put her out of her misery. That's what he said. Yeah. She was hurting. I mean, it makes it even worse that her own father was the one that did it to her, but
I think Scar just did a mercy kill, but so that part was fine.
Well, my story is a bit different. I mean, I didn't live in no Japan or anything like that. My parents didn't introduce me to anime or anything like that. I was watching anime before I even knew it was anime, to be honest. when I was younger. Like back in my day, I'm probably like a little bit older than you guys, but back in my day, we had this thing called TV, and we had to watch stuff where we couldn't stream or anything. Like if you wanted to watch something, boy, you better hope you got there on time. But I remember watching. I vividly remember watching Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh, wow.
Brigand, and even Sailor Moon on this channel called the Sci-Fi Channel. Granted, Sailor Moon also aired on Saturday mornings. I mean, you know, Saturday mornings were big for cartoons anyway. And that aired. Yeah, Sailor Moon.
Sci-Fi Channel?
Yeah, they had anime heavily. It wasn't big. You know, they normally would have that like power hour or 2 hour thing where they would do anime. Like, it was very scarce back in it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. But back in the day, like I remember watching it, especially on Saturday mornings, like on the USA Saturday morning when the Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday AM came on, which is another low-key anime. But Sailor Moon and all that junk, I vividly remember watching, and like Gunsmith Cats, I vividly watching Dirty Pair. I remember watching these shows and just thinking they're just some cool cartoons. It wasn't until I really want to say it wasn't until I first saw Dragon Ball Z when I learned about what this was actually is, an anime. I wouldn't say anime was my gateway thing, but that's when the internet and stuff was getting big and you could look up crap. So that's when I learned there was anime, and I was like, man, I gotta find more than this besides just, you know, the regular Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Which puts me into a segue into our other topic, fan service.
I was gonna say, like, to go along with my introduction to anime, like, I'm starting to remember more and more from my childhood, and I do remember snippets of watching Dragon Ball Z, and I remember loving it, but like a little while later, I was told by my parents that I was not allowed to watch Dragon Ball Z, and I kind of, yeah. But then later, when I grew up, like Isaac gave me, let me borrow some of his DVD boxes for the Cell Saga. Like, because I remember when I was a kid, when I was first introduced to it, I remember the part where Cell absorbs 17, and I was like, oh my god, that was so cool, but disgusting at the same time.
Yeah, I seen the entire Cell Saga because we had another channel called the International Channel. I seen the entire Cell Saga in raw, straight up Japanese, no subtitles or anything. I've seen the entire Cell. That was the first time I watched the Cell Saga when I needed more Dragon Ball. I seen the whole thing, Cell games and all, in straight Japanese, no subtitles. Still knowing what's going on. That's how easy you could tell what's going on in Dragon Ball. Well, at least at that point where I was, how I became a super fan of Dragon Ball.
Don't they just scream and then punch each other?
They do a little bit
more. Entertaining as hell.
Yeah, they do a little bit more than just screaming nowadays. Yeah, they do punch people.
I think it's so different between you guys growing up in the States and me growing up in the Philippines, because here being a weeb is, I mean, we have a term weeb, but watching anime isn't really looked down upon. Like, older people can watch anime and it's no big deal. It's like openly can just be a weeb. Oh, did you buy this figurine? Yes, I did. It's stuff like that. So it's really interesting somehow the self-imposed discrimination that you guys experience.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, sure. It was pretty tough. It was also just like that, like even if you just like white, not even read manga or anything, because at that point I didn't even really know what manga was, but just reading comics in general, it was always looked down upon over here in the States. At least when I was growing up, people got picked on about being basically a weeb or a nerd or anything like that. Like, people got picked on, but like nowadays, it's the cool thing to do.
It wasn't kind of like that when I was growing up. I mean, I know that I wasn't allowed to watch Dragon Ball Z. I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon, but that was only because like my parents were like, "Nah, it's so violent." That was like the main point of me not being able to watch it. Like I would be able to sneak watch it. They couldn't really stop me there, but
you weren't allowed. That was just it.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't. It was only for those two, but for anime in general, like depending on what it is, they really didn't mind, or at least they didn't really know about what kind of anime I was watching. But they for the comics thing, I didn't know what manga was at the time, but for comics, like my dad was a superheroes fan, so I wasn't really that discriminatory against that. So kind of go with the different.
I have a quick question. Because for us here, growing up, everything would be dubbed over in the local language. So we'd have Pokemon dubbed over Inuyasha, dubbed over Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the mech animes. Not sure if it was
Gundam.
Yeah, it was stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Or
Gundam.
Is that
or-
the same thing for you guys? Is it dubbed over in English, or did you have to watch it with subs?
it's dubbed over most of the time.
Now, back in the day,
Yes.
I remember back in the day, it was hard to find anime, even when the internet was birthed and all that jazz. It was hard to find anime. Like I said, there was only a couple of channels, and it was very rare. Like I said, I remember watching Dirty Pair, Gunsmith Cat, Van Dread. Granted, all of these are like fan service type of anime, which once I found out what anime was, that was like the first ecchi was the first genre that I went down that rabbit hole, and I vividly remember watching like Girls Bravo. I vividly remember watching that. I'm just like, oh, granted, I was at that age, that teenage boy age, where, oh man, this is nice. I want to watch this. You know, you're at that age, you want to see all that stuff. But
Yep.
it was hard. I mean, I remember some of my close friends where they would record stuff on VHS tapes, and we would watch these things, breaking tapes over and over because we would watch it so much. It was hard. It wasn't as ready available as it is now. And the dub, we normally, how I grew up, it was more, I saw it sub, not dub. It wasn't until like, I probably would say Toonami came out. That's when I knew about dubbed anime or recognized dubbed anime. Because like, before I knew Pokemon was an anime, I just thought that was another cartoon. The same thing with Digimon. I just thought that was just a cartoon, not an anime.
Yeah.
So like, I grew up reading subtitles. They were probably badly translated, but I grew up reading subtitles. Or no subtitles at all. And we just guessing what's going on.
Subs over dubs, man. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have this discussion. Subs versus dubs.
Sub versus
Sometimes.
Sometimes
Sometimes it's
yeah.
better. Sometimes it's not. So just have to pick and choose.
So
Which
do you know Philip? What's it called? Philippines? Do you know
Shin.
your language? Do you watch it in your language, or do you watch it English, or would you watch it in Japanese?
Because the thing was, the animes that they put out on free TV, the one that were dubbed over in our language, I didn't really. It wasn't my cup of tea. Like I didn't really want to watch Doraemon. I didn't want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh. I think even Sailor Moon and one of those 80s animes, Princess Sarah, Seti, those types of things.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like that was my cup of tea. So when I saw Full Metal Alchemist, I was like, shit, this is the shit. It just started from there, like me watching over with subs. But then I got a copy of Cowboy Bebop. It was like, those 144p. It was super bad. Somebody just gave it from their hard drive, like super ugly. But it didn't have any other choice but the dub version in English. So I was like, it is pretty good because it's pretty okay. Everybody's white. No one's Japanese. I don't think anyone was Japanese there. So it kind of fits in with the whole theme of intergalactic Americans. Plus, it had the word cowboy there, so it was all very in theme, which is quite enjoyable. But if it's Japanese people, I want them to speak Japanese and just put a little sub-dubs there on the bottom. Just a little sub-dub-dub.
Huh.
Um,
I never really thought about it like that. Like if it's dubbed, it's dubbed. If it's a good dub, I would try to watch it. But if it's a bad dub, I don't really care for it.
What is
It didn't.
What is a good versus bad dub for you?
Voice acting.
Lately, the dub for modern anime, it doesn't really work for me. Like back then, they really had good dub. Like for Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop, and even Full Metal Alchemist. They were good dubs for me. But later on in like more modern anime, it's because they're starting to like because the Japanese, they speak faster than we do. So when American voice actors try to speak as fast as they do, it comes across as kind of forced. They always come across as forced with these new anime dubs. So it doesn't really work well with me.
I've got a conspiracy theory that the reason why English dubs suck is because now we have this thing that subs over dubs. Like maybe they're pulling the budget from hiring good voice actors and just being like, people are gonna watch it subbed anyway, so might as well not pay them. Maybe that's the reason why.
That's some theory right there. I personally don't really care, and honestly, I personally don't care. Even growing up, as long as I can watch the content, it's fine to me. Because I do get in my lazy spells. Like right now, I was watching No Gun, No Life. I was watching that dub because I didn't feel like reading, and the dub is actually pretty good. But like I said, there's been times where when I even revisit stuff, like how you guys kept talking about Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is held as one of the best anime dubs.
Plus, it's
in
more.
anime. That
Steve Blue, man.
That and like Trigun and
I
Full Metal.
watched Trigun.
No,
That's the dub of that in English is like. Doesn't.
I
make me
prefer
want to
that.
respect you.
I mean, I prefer the dub for that one than the sub. Like there are anime out there where both are bad. Like Rurouni Kenshin. Like both the subs and the dubs are terrible.
no. The sub of
The
Rurouni
dub
is great. The dub is fine.
I can't stand like Kenshin's voice
I think
in
it's just
subs.
the
It's just back then the audio quality was so terrible back then.
I think that's why I didn't find Trigun dub version good because the main character was like, what? No, I don't know.
Like he has a high pitched voice or something.
Yeah, Johnny N.W.A is very popular in the dub community, guys.
I like Johnny. I like.
And he
Trigun.
was a
It's
Power
dumb.
Ranger.
Yeah. I really didn't like his sub voice though. Like, I'm pretty sure his sub voice was like higher pitched.
He's Ichigo Kurosaki. No.
That's
No.
just personal opinion, man. Gonna shake us, man. Come on, man.
All right, we can talk more about this fan service thing. What do y'all when we say fan service, we're not just talking about ass titties. We ain't all just talk about that, like, because that's not by definition. That's not what fan service is. Like by definition, fan service is basically something that is added to please the audience or fans of whatever material you're watching.
But come on, man. That's like the bread and butter of fan service. Just up by an ass.
Yeah, I mean, when you get that
Yeah,
obligatory beach episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I that's how I mean, I grew up like I said, Bubblegum Crisis, Gunsmith Cats. Man, I love Gunsmith Cat. My first heavy one was Vandred. It's a mech anime and it's also a harem. You really saw that more in harems than anything. But every blue moon you would because I would give you an example of fan service that wasn't with old pie or anything like that. In Dragon Ball Super, when Goku's fighting Hit. When Goku's fighting Hit for the second time, I want to say. But when he's fighting Hit and he used the Kaioken, that's fan service. Right there, that's fan service right there. There's fan service in other mediums, like the Avengers Infinity War. When Cap picked up Thor's hammer, that's fan service right there.
That was Endgame.
Or Endgame, yeah, whatever. I don't.
It's just kind of difficult to distinguish them because you can see the boobs and titties, but it's hard to find out if they just put those gratuitous scenes like Cap lifting up Thor's hammer for fun, or if it was really part of the story.
I mean, he did pull up his hammer at one point. It was
He moved it a little bit. He didn't pick it up.
No. I mean, in the comics too.
Oh yeah, in the comics it happens all the time. Everybody, their mama picking up his hammer. That doesn't count.
So,
That doesn't count.
Does.
That doesn't count. But
Yes, it does.
nah, it don't count because I'm more talking about fan service for the people who are watching these movies. If you know about it in the comics, I don't really count because that's not really fan service. That's more of a hype moment, and at least to me, that's a hype moment in the comics. When the first time it happened. Now, the first time it happened. After that, no one cares anymore. because this man has became worthy and not worthy a lot. Like, but we ain't talking about comics. Anyway, we're talking about that. I mean, back in the day, though, fan service wasn't as bad. I know it was looked down upon about it, but it wasn't as bad as like it was flirting with that line of ecchi was flirting with that line of hentai, basically. Like,
Yeah.
there's been some anime that came out now, recent memory, like interspecies reviewers.
Oh
Isn't
my
that,
god.
like
Jesus.
downright hentai, isn't it? Isn't that
It's-
downright hentai?
If you don't see any penetration, it doesn't count as hentai, in my opinion.
Okay, wait. I think they kind of do it like this. If it's like the flash of light, it's not hentai. If it's
Yes.
like black bars, that's hentai. I mean, or pixelation, that's hentai. That seems to be the trend. But
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
did anyone pick interspecies reviewer up like for a TV show? Did anyone?
It
dare?
was.
It is an anime.
It
I know that
was.
it is an anime. I don't
It
know
was
who picked
airing.
it up.
It was airing in Japan, and when episode 3, because that's the one that really sticks out. Episode 3, you don't see penetration, but it's heavily implied, and that's when they cut that junk off and didn't show it on TV anymore.
What was
that the one where they
TV
turned into
company's
women?
thinking?
Huh? It was the slime. It was the slime girl. It was the slime and the chick, and the slime was doing its slime thing. You know how slime does.
I know
in
that there was an
anime.
episode. Yeah, I know that there was an episode that people did not like, and it was the one where the dudes they wanted to know what sex felt like as a woman, so they turned it to. It was like a gender bent episode, and they oh jeez, volunteered to have their first time as women, and people for some reason didn't take too kindly to that. It caused a big stir.
But shows
Personally,
like
I
that,
don't really-
shows like that, or shows like High School XD, or XD, or DXD,
DXD.
Yeah, the XD. I
or
never really got into that.
My Little Sister, the Devil Testament thing, like shows that are heavily in the fan service or heavily ecchi, that be flirting with that line of hentai, man. Those are the shows. Those are the shows that y'all watch. Were y'all the type who suck out those type of shows, or do you mind the fan service, or do you like the fan service, or
When I was
What
a hormonal teenager, yes. I tried to watch the crap out of those shows. I looking back, I'm like, God, those shows weren't really that great, but it had titties, so whatever.
For me, I never really got into those shows because I don't think it was for me. You know, I'm a girl, so if ever we want to see some guy butt, or I don't know, something not just ass and titties, because I mean, fan service for me is fine, but can you at least like sneak in something for the girl fanfics? Can we get a little bit of equality here? Objectify both, not just one, please. I mean, if I have to find something, it has to be something treading the line of yaoi, or yaoi. I don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever. And it has to be that, because other than that, you can't find it anywhere else. You can't find it in the normal, everyday anime that you see on TV. You can't see it there. It's only for the guys. So it's so disappointing as a girl fan, because I want to watch this and be able to enjoy it as much as the guys do. Do you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
that's why they created free.
Yeah, hell yeah. But Free's kind of boring, so I didn't get to finish it. I mean, the fan service wasn't enough to keep me hooked. Haikyuu was. and that's
There's another fan service right there.
zero. The fan service is so minimal, like so minimal. And I was gonna mention something. Shit. JoJo though, I think everyone can just enjoy the fan service every time anybody pulls out that ora muda. Everyone's like, hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I love JoJo. Like,
Same.
to me, JoJo is like how I heard somebody describe it this way. I'm trying to remember. Flamboyant masculinity.
Yes.
That's basically what it is, and it's actually very entertaining to watch.
And I think that's the type of fan service we like to see, right? That's the type we like to see. We like to see them being cool, our favorite characters being cool and doing their own thing and doing their signature style. If I'm grasping Walt's alternate definition of fan service. And of course, there are a lot of male muscles, so everyone's happy, I would say.
I would say there's other anime like that are particularly aimed at for girls. Like for instance, Black Butler. That's a fan servicey show. I mean, it's more BL than anything, but that's a fan service show. Now, for reverse harems in general, they have been coming up here recently. I mean, I do feel you. I do feel you and understand, because they're, at least back in the day, is mainly, I guess, hetero more fan service, if anything. They are toting the line where you might see more LGBT type stuff, like for instance when Yuri on Ice was a thing. Not only was it ice skating and ice skaters are getting into it, it was two dudes relationship type of thing. That got a lot.
Is it even boys love? I feel like they're kind of, it's just a bit of boys love bait. It's not really gonna turn out to be anything romantic, is what I kind of feel like. It's like
Didn't they kiss, though?
They did kiss.
They kissed? Wait a second.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I saw a scene where they kiss.
How think I remember it?
Yeah,
Maybe you didn't finish it.
Victor kissed them.
Maybe I have to rewatch that. I don't mind. You're on Ice is fun.
Another fan service that I wasn't able to finish watching because I was like, oh my goodness, this is too ridiculous. It was Keijo.
Oh man, Keijo is the greatest, man.
I never finished it because I don't know, like, it got so ridiculous.
And that's why it's the greatest. It's one of the best sports anime ever.
Wow,
if you could get past the fan service, if you get past that and just watch it as an anime show, as a shonen battle series, it is great. I'm not going to lie, it is great. But it's one of those shows that when people look at it, like, oh, that's just full of fan service. That's all that, and people don't give it the time and day. And I'm just like, man, there's some legit dope stuff that's in Keijo.
For me, for these types of anime, because I'm looking up the screenshots, I'm looking at it and two girls are like bumping their oppies together in a very battle-esque way. For these types of anime, I'd watch this because it's so ridiculous. It is funny. At a certain point, fan service has left the sexual part and has just straight up become comedy, and I'm all for that. Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Maybe I should rewatch it because I was so close to finishing it, but then I just stopped because there's just one episode that this this girl who's kind of flat chest. She did something incredibly ridiculous, and
Oh, you
that
talking
was
about her butt maneuvers?
no.
When she was
Her
flat chested
using-
and she used her she was so fast it made it
No. Well, yeah, but one thing she used her nipple to do something. I forgot what it was, but it was.
Oh, you talking about the judo throw?
Yes.
It
And-
was powerful as hell, man, and ridiculous.
Her father was watching, and he was so against her competing in this. But when she did that, he was like, "I'm so proud of you." I'm like, "You are a horrible father." Oh my goodness. She had to stimulate herself in order to get it like rock hard so she could be able to judo flip somebody.
What?
I mean, they had the butt of Babylon thing too. That was from Fate. And she shot out a bunch of butt techniques. I mean, come on, man. It was harmless. I always cite back to like Girls Bravo or even Agent Akira. I cite those back. I mean, they're Girls Bravo has a special place in my heart. It's a harem. It's heavy in the fan service. It's the biggest thing for Girls Bravo is the banana scene. I don't know if y'all seen that meme.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. And
I don't think I know
it
what
is
you're
very
talking
suggestive. It
It's
is,
the
it is
banana
very
one.
suggestive. She was really tearing that banana up.
Yeah, it's the banana scene, and people in the comments will probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, even as an adult, like back in the day, as a hormonal teenager, yeah, sure, I would sort this out. I would watch anything that had ecchi. That was my thing. It was shonen and ecchi. That was my thing. Growing up and becoming a sophisticated adult and all that jazz, fan service still doesn't bother me or anything like that, but I have heavily skewed away from it. Like, for instance, shows like there's something airing this season. It's like Hero XH, something like that. But it's like Power Rangers, but not at the same time. When they transform, they get naked and get superpowers and all that junk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Like I'm kind of the same as you. Like growing up, I was into the fan service. Like I would just watch anything that was rated M, and it looked like it had like naked women and everything. But growing up, my tastes have changed. Like every time I see like fan service just for the sake of fan service, I think, I mean, they're a nice set, but what's the purpose? What is the purpose nowadays?
So, one of my friends got me to watch a few episodes of Darling in the Friend. I wasn't able to finish the first. I just watched the first episode. I'm like, this boy, one a hell of a simp. Yeah, get away, simp. Anyway, and then so I didn't get to finish that because I was like, this seems like a cheap mech anime. So I watched Evangelion. And there are many fan service parts in it, but
Yeah.
I didn't feel that it detracted too much from the whole story. Like it kind of made sense
Yeah.
altogether. It kind of made sense because everybody was kind of they were all flawed characters, and this was just all part of being human. So for me, I was like, this is tastefully done, actually, and I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt their sales for the toys because. Even now, I still see. What's her name? What's that? Violet. I see Ray and the orange hair girl.
It's okay.
That girl. I forgot her name.
I
They're
think
still
it's like
selling her.
Asuka, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Asuka.
they're still selling their figurines. Like if I check AmiAmi, their new figures are coming up and new variations. It's quite amazing. After the series has ended so long ago.
It is a very popular anime in general, not just mech anime, but it is a very popular anime in general. Mainly because of the girls, not because of Shinji.
Yeah, Shinji's a piece of shit sometimes, but I kind of get him.
Yeah. Like I remember, I didn't watch the animated series, anime series. I watched the movies, and I like you said, I like the girls better than Shinji, because Shinji goes through some shit, and he has a hard way of processing it. And I'm like, jeez, I really don't want to watch somebody like lose their mind because of this.
Yeah, Shinji's. At first I thought it was supposed to be the viewer. You were supposed to put yourself in Shinji, but then after a while, you kind of don't want to do that because he's being mentally abused by everyone around him, and it's not a good time.
It really isn't. I don't want to see anybody like psychologically damaged. That's a bad time for me.
Yep. So basically, it's the girls and the cool mechs.
Yeah. I personally like Darling in the Franxx though.
Oh my god, Darling in the Franxx was fine.
Even though it didn't make sense in the end.
Man, I didn't even make it to the end. It was fine up until they got stuck in the house, and then they did the wedding and all that junk. I was like, oh my god, I can't watch this anymore. And then I found out about how it ended, and I was like, what? Since when?
Yeah.
If anything, I just like the mech. That's what my biggest thing was. I like the mech designs. They were really, granted, they were just cute girls. The cute girls doing things type thing, but it was interesting in the beginning, but then it just.
I like the concept of it. I like the concept of it. Like these kids, they don't know like anything about what it means to be like adults, or anything about growing up. So when they're turning like adolescent, it's basically anime puberty. Like they're discovering stuff about themselves that they don't really know how to process it, because the adults are kind of just they're not treating them as kids. They're just treating them as like tools to fight against these creatures.
I think all mech animes are like that. The pilot is just a tool, and it kind of repeats itself.
Yeah, but at least in those they have like some semblance of normalcy. These kids in Darling in the Franxx, they don't know anything. They literally don't know anything. They don't know anything about sex or how babies were born or anything like that.
Well, they did live in like a post-apocalyptic type world. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, like they were more focused on like surviving than doing.
But the reason why that even got like more as much clout as it did was because how they were piloting the mechs. So what was the reason why it got
those butt handles. Like the way they were positioned was very suggestive.
Yeah. So.
And even they're like how they're supposed to be compatible with each other, and the way that they turn on the machine, it really looks like they're having sex. Like even the girls were like, eh.
But
I just looked it up. Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of them having sex. And if they're and the main character is having problem being compatible with some of the normal girls, It's basically him having performance issues.
I'm looking at the screenshot and one of them says, "You'd better not go crazy by yourself again, you hear me?" Or another one is, "This will be your first gel. I'm the real friend. But stay calm." There's a lot of
Yeah.
suggestive things.
Like the girl who had a crush on him, when she tried to pilot with him, she got
Ichigo.
so angry when yeah, Bichigo. And she got so angry when she wasn't able to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just like how Claire had brought out tasteful. That's the word of the day, I guess you want to say. It's mainly just a tasteful type thing.
What is tasteful in service?
I mean, when you get that obligatory beach episode, that's fine. Like, I would
Yeah,
probably,
if it's a beach episode, yeah.
I would put in like, for instance, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. There was fan service. There was fan service in that and everything, but I believe it was done tasteful, and the anime itself was just really about the relationship.
Yeah, it's basically like all the different genres of hentai. Like you got the Shota, you got the Yuri, you got the. I guess that was it. That was the one that stuck to me the most.
Got the
Shota.
lollies.
Yeah, there was the lollies.
Danger.
Yeah.
Wait,
there's
do
a
you know
lot
the
of
anime?
danger.
The one where the little sister is a piece of shit, but at school she's an okay person. Blah 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 blah. Omaru-chan.
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, that trash anime.
I don't understand how that was able to survive that long, but it's just so bad.
It is very
So
popular.
bad.
It is very popular. It's just like it's the equivalent to the one that's airing right now. What's it? It's like Uzi Chen wants to play or something like that. It's the one with the silver, or she got like silver hair.
Yeah.
Or she got
And
the
the
ridiculous.
one that
dark-
has a lot of hate.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hate.
'Cause it's
Like,
that-
I never.
It's that character. She got the little fang tooth and everything. It's just the way she portrays herself. It's that annoying girl character. Is why I guess she's basically memeable. That type of character is just memeable. But it's that character is what
I
rolls
think
them
she's
up.
I think those type of characters are better to be read in manga than it is to be watched in anime. Because depending on how like the voice actor does and how she's animated, I guess people wouldn't take too kindly to that. But when you're reading it, you kind of just shift through it.
Well,
That's how it
I
kinda is.
just viewed it as a more risque or a more extreme version of Tiger-san, the master teaser. That was an adorable anime. This I don't know. Like I said, that's where the Prime sells it, where fan service sells the show, basically. The character model itself sells the show. She's a lolly with a big rat.
Isn't
You
she
gotta
supposed to be an adult?
Yeah, she's a lolly. That's what a lolly is with a huge rat.
Yeah.
There's another lolly, but Tanya the Evil. She's a guy that became a girl lolly in her next life. Did you watch that?
No.
No, I didn't, but we do got a member. His name Noah. That he loves that show.
It's actually very beautiful, very detailed, and maybe you guys want to watch it. It's a little bit. It's war, so it's gonna be a little bit heavy, but Not really.
I personally hate lollies with a passion, but that's just me.
Oh no, you won't. I mean, it's not anything weird. It's just a little girl being a commander. Just imagine a little kid commanding a force of killing.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Stuff
Okay.
I've seen is a little bit more extreme than a little girl commanding the force. This little girl is freaking insane.
Okay. That one.
A little bit insane.
I might be able to get into it because I'm into isekai, like reincarnation type stuff.
Dude, she was hit by a train or a truck. Whatever the normal isekai.
Good old truck-kun.
Fucking truck-kun.
Also, that's a good segue that there's a lot of fan service in isekais.
Well, majority of isekai, the whole word a lot. We could even do another show on
The whole
isekai.
thing is fan service, right? The whole power genre is a fan service.
It's a
in itself.
self-insert type thing. You're getting transported to another world, or depending on the type of isekai, but it's basically your life in another world. And most of the time, the main character is a blank slate type character where you can
Is a
insert
hentai
yourself.
male protagonist.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But you can self-insert yourself into
Yeah.
the show to make it. I mean, there's a lot of shows like that, like How to Summon the Demon Lord. There's stuff like that. But I mean, there's I guess tasteful isekais like ReZero, for instance.
I would go for Shield Hero.
Yeah. I love Shield Hero.
There's Shield Hero, ReZero. There's even Digimon. So I mean, there's pretty good isekais. We could get into that. Have another topic or anything. But
I was just talking about fan service in isekai because there's a lot of them.
A quick thing. I tried to get into Konosuba. I was watching it and I was kind of like, this is a bit much. No, this is a little bit much, and the pace is slow.
I
Like,
love
Konosuba. Is slow.
I love Konosuba. It is hilarious.
I'm not like
Who's your
saying
girl?
anything. I just didn't get into it because I had Shield Hero on the side, so I was like, I'll finish this instead.
Who's your girl, JR? Best girl. There's only one right answer. Oh my god, you basic.
Who did you choose? I didn't hear.
Explosion. I just like her character the most. She's
McGann.
the most
Megumi?
She's the most
Yeah.
bearable out of the two.
Don't understand why she's so flippin' popular.
Because she's the most tolerable of the other two.
Is it because she's
You got whiny ass goddess and then masochistic
Darkness.
boob
like,
head.
Darkness has her cute moments.
I think all her moments are just her kind of being a masochistic.
No,
Even if I
not
didn't
all.
watch
Yes.
Konosuba.
Yes.
Those
it
are all
is.
the
And
those
it's-
are all the moments where they show memeable. Yeah, sure, but she has adorable moments. Darkness has adorable moments, especially when they're in the castle, when they're in the little mansion sometimes, and then when you find out more about Darkness's backstory and all that jazz. Like, Darkness is a great girl. She's best.
Is it
girl.
because she can get it, Walt? Is it because she can get it?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
on following the theme of fan service, do you know the anime Overly Cautious Hero?
Yes. I haven't watched it, but I do know about it.
There's this goddess as well. It's also an isekai, and she has boobs that are unnaturally big and they just swing around all the time, and I just find that so funny. And those types of fan service, I'm like, hell yeah, sign me up for that. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
I highly recommend
she's-
it.
And she's like super horny for the main dude, but the
Yeah.
dude's basically like be gone thought.
There's a reason behind that.
Yeah,
Like, there's
they'll
legit-
explain it in the
there's- yeah.
next season. But
There's a
that's not
legit reason. Yeah, there's a legit reason behind that. But because I read the manga before it became anime. But yeah, I get it. I understood because there's a meme of that one where I think it was in episode 2, I want to say, when he learns how to fly and he takes her and they're flying and he's flying so fast they do the camera on her boobs are flying out of her like dress and everything. It's all pixelated and everything.
The animation is beautiful as well. If you look at her expressions are so memeable. It's beautiful.
She reminds me of what was it? Marco? Is it Marco from Kill the Guild?
Okay, yeah. I know. what you're talking about.
Those are the expressions she be making most of the time. And it's not a bad show, but it's one of those. I've been so burnt down on isekai in general. It's just I didn't really finish it.
That's fine. I also did a full run of isekai. Like I watched isekai after isekai. I watched Slime. I watched Bofuri. I watched Overly Cautious. I watched Shield. Tried a little bit of Konosuba. Failed. So sorry. I mean, I heard it's such a good show, so I kind of felt sad that I didn't enjoy it. Oh well. Next, isekai.
Nice. There's, I don't remember what it's called, but there's an izakaya where a professional wrestler.
Oh yeah, and he gets sent to.
And he gets sent.
Yeah, and he kind of loves the princess, boy.
Oh my!
I know exactly what
Yep.
you're talking about.
I
Now
would
that
call
was-
that fan service.
That is hilarious. Yeah, there is heavy fan service. He's a furry though. He's a big furry.
He
though.
just likes
really
pets.
likes. Yeah, he likes pets.
He likes
but-
animals, but then he finds that in the other world there are like people who have like animal appearances, and he's like totally like hard on for that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
especially
hard,
that
like-
mom, especially the mom that they live next to, that cat woman.
The MILF,
Yeah,
the cat MILF. Oh my god! Like she looks the least human out of all of them. That she looks like a cat on two legs, and it's not like he's like romantically involved. Like he just loves animals in general. So when he sees like people with animal attributes, he can't help himself but want to take care of them and stuff like that. And then he goes up to this cat girl and is like, "Come with me. I'll take good care of you." And she's like, "Oh, but my husband." It's the most hilarious thing. I'm like,
Is this Neko Mimi?
It might be, yeah, that might be.
I think it started with a
Okay.
U. Is it Nico?
That might be the name. I just know it's I can't remember the name of it, but it's the wrestler. If you could type in Isekai wrestler, it'll pop up. I promise you. But we've been talking about an hour.
Takage Kemonomichi? That one? Or Kemonomichi?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the one.
yes, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one.
Oh, it just started showing. Oh, no, it hasn't been showing.
It's already showed. It's already showed. Like the first season is done.
Yeah,
I
the
guess-
first season's done. Like
I
the
don't know
manga
if
is
it's
still
in this-
out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's getting the second season, but like you can watch that first season on Hulu because it was simulcasted on Hulu.
Yeah, that's how I watched it.
The same place where what's it called? The Overly Cautious Hero was. It was on.
Oh, that's where.
Yeah.
Oh, that's there.
Cautious Hero was on there too.
Okay.
It's not on Netflix. Sad. Oh, by the way, we have like I don't know if it's already also released in America, but a lot of animes have now been released on YouTube, free to watch.
Over there in the Philippines.
Yeah, like, I mean, Cautious Hero and Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, and One Punch Man, and
Yamaku.
Unlimited Balance is on YouTube for free. Even Bafuri is on YouTube. Goblin Slayer. A lot of them are isekai. The OVAs for Haikyuu are there. God knows why. But it's free to watch, and I guess it kind of increased due to the crackdown on those. Did you watch on Kiss Anime ever? Did you guys watch on there?
We don't condone that here. We don't condone Kiss Anime there, but I'm not mad at whoever wants to watch their stuff any kind of way. I mean, I understand it's hard out there. It's a hard knock life. You might not have that $5 just to get a streaming thing. You might not have a friend to let them borrow your password or anything like that. So we don't condone it. Not on the show anyway. But there has been in the past. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, heck yeah, I was all about the like the Kiss animes and stuff like that. I was back in the day. I was finding any type of site I could watch anime because I was hungry for it. But now it's just so it's much more convenient just to have the streaming service. It's just much more convenient where I could just watch these episodes continuously without me clicking and going fighting through like 14 different pop-up windows or that thing asking me if I'm a human. Of course I'm a human. Yes, I know this is a bunny girl. Yes, I know this is a car. I'm gonna click these. I gotta go through like 17 tests just to get to the video. but yeah, I know. Nowadays, not so much.
Well, I'm proud to report because Kiss Anime is so difficult to use. So when I got Netflix, it was so much easier to just watch it on Netflix, as well as watching Korean shows and American shows, British shows. It's all here, so I really don't have a reason anymore to go there. And there's YouTube for. I mean, these are officially released, mind you. The ones on YouTube, they're officially released there, like legitimately distributed. It's not like some kid downloading and re-uploading it on YouTube, and it's there legally. It's so beautiful. It's just so unfortunate that I have to wait for the other things to come up on the legitimate sites.
Do you get simulcast and all that junk over there?
Simulcast? I think we get 1 week later, but I don't really. At most 1 week later. Sometimes Netflix has shows that they release weekly, stuff like that. But
you got that Netflix. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not simulcast, but I think we do have a greater selection of anime here than there. But I'm not quite sure because a lot of Filipinos do like watching anime. It's really accepted. Even JoJo's on Netflix. I'm really happy.
All right. Well, we've been talking for a little bit over an hour and all that jazz. We're probably just go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Is there any more stuff y'all want to talk about or childhood anime or recommend any anime. Like I give you guys 3 anime you could recommend from your childhood.
I don't know if I would recommend. I do remember an anime from my childhood watching. I remember watching vividly, and it was Fully Cooley.
You know they did a sequel to that.
I never watched the sequel. I heard it was terrible. But for all of its craziness, I did like Fully Cooley. It was weird, but it was also very entertaining to watch.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You got 2 more?
I just want to suggest Backstreet Girls, Goku Dolls, some anime.
That be killing me. That was such a good.
Confusing fan service, if you'll have it. So I'll quickly read it. So it's just a bunch of Yakuza suddenly becoming J-pop idols. Just think about that.
Oh, the what? I saw the trailer for it in Netflix, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
I vote yes. Do watch. It's ha ha ha.
Okay.
You got 2 more?
Don't know if you guys know this anime. Let me search it.
Surprised. Well, I would say you guys go watch Girls Bravo. That's one of them. Gunsmith Cats. That's another one. And Dirty Pair. You guys, you can do either or Dirty Pair because there's 2 different Dirty Pairs. There's the old school Dirty Pair. You could tell by the animation and everything. And then there's Dirty Pair. I think it's like Dirty Pair Z or something like that, where they're a little bit. The animation is a little bit updated and all that, John. But it's kind of a continuation of the original Dirty Pair, but it's not. It's like a soft reboot. I would probably say. Yeah, but yeah. If you're looking for some pretty tasteful fan service things, I would say watch those. And Gunsmith Cats is just great. I really hope they get a sequel.
Did we ever talk about High School of the Dead?
No, that was one of those things that it was off the radar during the discussion. But it is another one of those fan service things.
I honestly really liked it. Like,
which never is going to finish.
Yeah, that's right. That kind of sucks. But it is enjoyable to watch, even with the weird boob physics.
Boob physics aside, it will never finish. They will forever be in the rain in the manga.
Yeah. And with her talking about the J-pop idols, I remember another anime that I watched like almost a year ago, and it was Zombieland Saga. So I would also recommend that one because it is also hilarious.
Cute girl, cute girl zombies.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my
Zombies.
God, they look so cute.
Yeah, zombies turned into J-pop idols, and they are really horrible at it.
That rap battle, though.
Oh yeah, the rap battle was awesome. It was sick.
Cool.
All right. Anybody else got any other recommendation?
I don't want to suggest Cowboy Bebop because I don't think.
Everybody.
But I did genuinely enjoyed it.
I
I
would.
don't know if you know Boo Boo Cha Cha. It's about a 3-year-old boy who has a pet dog named Cha Cha, who ends up dying, but then suddenly it's reincarnated into a toy dog, and then they have little adventures together. It is really a lot of wholesome, uh, not thought provoking, maybe just warm things. It's a nice,
The life
cutesy
is
anime.
it slice of life type thing.
A little bit, yeah.
No, I never heard of that. Yeah. When you
My
said
goodness.
Boo Boo John, I was like Boo Boo. This man is Boo Boo.
Super old anime. It's 1999.
All right. Well, if you liked what we what we were talking about, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that other jazz. I would like to thank our guest, Claire, whatever the name was.
It's absolutely
Stratus.
fine. Yep, you're
Dastrauna.
absolutely Very
Tell the
welcome.
people,
very
tell the
happy.
people where they can find you.
Well, if you are interested in availing my services, you will find me at Fivver with the name Dastrauna. Maybe you can put it in as like an @ but then that's where you can find me. Should I do a sayonara?